evening and thanks for tuning in. I'm Jenna Budell with the WJTS News. A man was convicted on child molesting charges on Wednesday. 35-year-old Joseph D. Cole of Orleans was found guilty on 2 Level 1 felony counts of child molesting and 2 Level 4 felony counts of child molesting. In September of 2019, Indiana state troopers were sent to a home in Paoli regarding a possible child molestation incident. 2 females at the home identified themselves as mothers of the alleged victims. Both women stated they were at different times either involved with or married to Cole, and both had children with him. The women reported they had let their children stay overnight with Cole at his residence, and that the following morning they received a call from Cole's mother asking them to pick up the children due to an incident that had occurred. According to the probable cause affidavit, 3 children spent the night with Cole, and the allegations made included inappropriate touching in a sexual manner. The 3 victims, including children ages 7 and 5, were sent to a hospital for examination. The Southwest Indiana Child Advocacy Center Coalition stepped in to conduct forensic interviews on the victims. Cole was interviewed by police, but initially couldn't recall anything happening due to the fact that he was drinking the night in question. He eventually admitted to inappropriately exposing himself to and touching the victims in question. Cole was then arrested and has been housed at the Orange County Jail since. A sentencing hearing has been scheduled for March 31st. A Birdseye man was arrested in Warrick County after cutting a man's throat. On Thursday, February 25th, 50-year-old John Hamlin of Boonville was dropped off at the Warrick Hospital because he had a laceration to his neck. After being transferred to a hospital in Evansville, officers spoke with Hamlin about the incident, but he couldn't give a full statement because of his injuries, as well as the fact that he was intoxicated. After investigating the incident, police were able to arrest 42-year-old Shane Schlachter of Birdseye on March 4th. Schlachter was charged with a Level 3 felony count of aggravated battery and a Level 5 felony count of battery with a deadly weapon. A Jasper man was put behind bars this week after attempting to flee from a state trooper. On Wednesday, police attempted to pull over 22-year-old Braden Halcomb on Highway 145 in French Lick for speeding. Halcomb refused to stop and continued south on Highway 145 before turning east into a private drive. Halcomb was taken into custody without further incident and found to be intoxicated and in possession of marijuana. Halcomb was booked into the Orange County Jail on felony counts of resisting law enforcement, where the person uses a vehicle to commit the offense, and misdemeanor counts of possession of marijuana and paraphernalia, operating a vehicle while intoxicated with a controlled substance, and operating a vehicle without ever receiving a license. Another phone scam is making its way around Daviess County. The scammer is calling residents claiming to be from the Daviess County Sheriff's Office and says that he has a warrant out for your arrest. The scammer then tells you the bond amount and says you can pay a portion of the bond to avoid being arrested. The Daviess County Sheriff's Office does not call residents and say they won't have a warrant or ask for bond money over the phone. Residents are encouraged to hang up if they receive one of these calls. Do not give them any personal information. The first deliveries of Johnson & Johnson's single-dose coronavirus vaccine are expected early this week. The Kentucky Distribution Center will send vaccines across Indiana and Ohio, starting small to make sure there are no hiccups in the distribution. The CDC green-lighted J&J's vaccine Sunday, making it the first one-shot vaccine approved for use in the U.S. In trials, it proved slightly less effective than the 2-dose vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna, but it still greatly protects people from severe complications from the respiratory illness. Shipments of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine will increase later this week. 4 million doses are expected to be sent out by the end of next week. The first vaccines in these shipments should be ready for people by Saturday. Hoosiers can now see which vaccine is available at each COVID-19 vaccination site. The registration website now specifies if each location has the Pfizer, Moderna, or Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Still, health experts encourage residents to get the first available vaccine and not wait for a specific one. Pfizer and Moderna's vaccines have efficacy rates in the 90s, whereas Johnson & Johnson's single-dose shot is 66% effective against COVID-19 cases. Indiana is coming up on a somber anniversary. The state will mark the one-year anniversary of its first coronavirus case on Saturday. The State Department of Health confirmed its first case on March 6th of 2020. Since then, 664,000 people in the state have tested positive for the virus. More than 12,000 people have died from or with it. But the vast majority of people who tested positive, nearly 98% of them, have fully recovered. If you see smoke around the Hoosier National Forest over the next few months, there's no need to worry. The U.S. Forest Service is conducting seasonal prescribed burns. Approximately 5,000 to 6,000 acres will receive prescribed burns in the spring of 2021. This includes the National Forest System land in Brown, Crawford, Jackson, Martin, Monroe, Orange, and Perry counties. This will help maintain, restore, or improve early succession habitat, maintain wetlands, restore unique barrens ecosystems, and regenerate oak and hickory. The burns also improve soil health by recycling nutrients and reduce fuel loads, lowering the risk of wildfires. U.S. Forest Service fire managers will coordinate with the National Weather Service to determine the best days to burn. Announcements of the burns will be posted on the Hoosier National Forest Facebook and Twitter pages. All designated burn areas will not be accessible to the public on the day of and after the burn until the area is considered safe. Burning may affect access to hunting areas. If you plan to hunt or camp in or near prescribed burn areas, call the Indiana Interagency Coordination Center dispatch at 812-547-9262. Governor Eric J. Holcomb and Indiana Department of Natural Resources Director Dan Bortner announced 18 communities and nonprofit organizations will receive a combined $29.6 million for 70 miles of new trail development as a part of the second round of the Next Level Trails program. Combined with the 17 projects announced as part of the first round in May of 2019, the Next Level Trails program has awarded $54.3 million in funding for more than 112 miles of trail throughout Indiana. DNR received second-round applications for 62 projects in 36 counties, requesting a total of more than $93 million for more than 158 proposed miles of hiking, biking, and riding trails. This total included 20 new applications and 42 returning applications from the first round. The DNR reviewed the applications for eligibility, and a multi-agency committee evaluated the proposals based on the Next Level Trails program objectives. More information can be found at on.in.gov/nextleveltrails. Now stay tuned. Weather and sports are still to come on WJTS News.